We didn't stop loving each other because something went wrong. That's the part people don't understand. There was no betrayal, no sudden silence, no moment where one of us looked at the other and thought, I don't feel this anymore. We stopped because the love knew when to stop. And maybe that was the bravest thing it ever did. At the beginning, it felt simple, not exciting, not dramatic, just gentle. We met in a way that didn't feel like destiny. No sparks, no instant pull. Just two people who happened to sit in the same quiet space long enough to notice each other breathing. You talked softly. I listened more than I spoke. And somehow, without planning to, we began sharing small pieces of our days. What you ate for breakfast, what song stayed in your head too long, how the evenings felt heavier than the mornings. Nothing important, but everything felt real. We didn't fall in love. We settled into it, slowly, like learning how to live in a room that had always been empty. At first, we didn't touch much, not because we didn't want to, but because we didn't need to. There was comfort in just being close, sitting side by side, letting silence stretch without rushing to fill it. I think that's when I realized I cared. Not when my heart raced, but when my body relaxed around you. Loving you felt steady. It didn't steal my sleep. It didn't make me forget who I was. It simply stayed. And for a long time, that felt like enough. We grew together quietly, not in big leaps, but in small adjustments. I learned how you liked your coffee. You learned when I needed space without me saying a word. We didn't make promises. We didn't talk about forever. We just assumed we would keep choosing each other tomorrow. And for a while, that worked. But love doesn't always announce when it's changing. It doesn't knock. It shifts its weight gently, hoping you won't notice right away. The first sign wasn't distance. It was effort. Not the good kind, the intentional kind, but the kind that feels like holding your breath for too long. We started choosing our words carefully, started explaining feelings that never needed explanation before. You began apologizing for things that weren't wrong. I began pretending I understood when I didn't. We were still kind, just less honest. Nothing was broken, but something was tired. I remember the night it became clear. Not loud, not dramatic. Just a conversation that lasted too long because neither of us wanted to be the one to end it. We talked about our days, about things that used to matter. And somewhere in between sentences, I realized something painful. We were still loving each other, but we were no longer growing in the same direction. Love doesn't always end because it hurts. Sometimes it ends because staying would hurt more. I could feel it in the pauses, in the way your dreams were starting to include places I wasn't meant to follow, in the way my silence wasn't comfort anymore. It was restraint. We weren't wrong. We were just finished. And that's a harder truth to accept. We didn't fight. We didn't accuse. We sat across from each other and said things like, "I still care. I don't regret us. I don't want to hurt you." And all of it was true, but none of it was enough to make us stay. Love isn't always about holding on. Sometimes it's about knowing when to let go without breaking what was good. When we finally stopped, it felt unreal. No door slammed, no last words meant to wound, just a quiet understanding that the love had done what it came to do. It had taught us. And now, it needed to rest. After you left, I expected pain to come crashing in. Instead, it arrived softly, in memories that didn't sting, just lingered, in habits that had nowhere to go, in moments when I reached for my phone, then remembered I didn't need to anymore. I missed you, but I didn't miss us the way we had become, and that's how I knew we had chosen right. Some loves burn out, some explode, and some simply know when to stop. Not because they failed, but because they respected the people inside them enough not to force something that no longer fit. I still think of you sometimes, not with longing, with gratitude, for the way we loved without taking too much from each other, for the way we ended without turning beautiful memories into something bitter. If loving you taught me anything, it's this: a successful love isn't always one that lasts forever. Sometimes it's the one that ends at the exact moment before it starts hurting. And maybe that's the quiet kind of love people don't talk about enough. The love that knew when to stop.